Welcome to Papa John's World. Here's our little black diamond 27-ton log splitter. It works pretty good. I split some pretty good sized rounds on it, bigger than I wanted to pick up. But I would like to make a 4-way wedge for it. I've seen some. I think it'd be a good addition. I need to know how far back it goes and how far forward it goes. Try not to make a finger pincher out of it, or try not to let it damage itself, I guess is the main thing. First thing we ought to do is probably put a little gas in it and start it up. I always drain my gas tanks plumb empty when I'm done, and I try not to use ethanol fuel in the little engine. I think this might be ethanol fuel. I'm not going to put in very much. Maybe a quarter of a tank to get this back outside. Let's see if she'll start. I haven't run it for, I don't know, probably 3 months. Been setting. That's good. Oh, you know what? It'll help if you turn it on. All the way out, I have about 1 3/4 inches I could go forward. Let's see. Pretty easy. I think I'll just pull that forward out of the sparks. 4140 that was drawn out. Used to be round stock, and it's really hard. Might be a mistake putting it on there, but I've ground that flat to touch that bit. And then I want to go with a piece of 2-inch. I don't know how I'm going to hold all this there. Bubble gum. What's there? Piece of grater blade off a old piece off of a John Deere motor grader, or actually this one could have been off a snowplow. Sure. I'll cut this with a torch, and then I'll bevel that back edge. Remember the ABCs of welding. Always be comfortable. So anytime you're working with grater blade or any hardenable steel, you never want to cool it in water. Just let it cool normally. If you cool it in water, it becomes brittle, and it could break later. So we'll just let that set and cool. We might move it to a different part of the table so it's just not setting on something so hot. Okay, we're gonna let that cool before we weld this. We want to get this tacked on to help hold that angle, and the more stuff you can tack together before you weld it, the better off you are for stuff warping. I went and ate lunch. Still pretty warm. Do a little grinding on it. I think I'll go ahead and knock these off and see if it'll still fit before I spend a bunch of time grinding. Okay, we had to make a little adjustment. We had to cut the back out of it. I'll show you why. There. I think it'll work. It was hitting these bars. It's too wide. And then I'd notch these little ear off right here. And it only goes to right there. I didn't want to leave enough room in there to get a finger. So I think it'll work. You have to watch it. It will hit the front of the skid or the bar, and to get it off, it comes off easier now. Maybe. Okay, we're going to put it together and give it a try. That's why. Okay. Well, let's give it a try. Let's go out to the bucking table and cut a log and split it. So this is the new bucking table. We haven't used it yet. It's 12 feet long. These logs are about 16. So I have a little zip tie on my saw right here, and if that's 16, I can keep going and measure. So what I'll do, I'll mark all the way to the end. I'll start cutting this end off, and then I'll just jump in the middle on these. So let me cut a few of these. Not bad for an old guy. Well, let's split a couple. I think it works pretty good. It's really wet. Just cut, I think about 3 weeks ago. So the 4-way wedge works pretty good. Sometimes when it comes back, the wood, this log splitter has these little rails, and this can ride pretty loose in there, but it jams up once in a while and it pulls that out. It don't seem to hurt anything. I think this is going to be bundle wood, so it split down pretty small. Anyway, I think it's going to work well. Well, thanks for watching Papa John's World. Thanks for watching me use my new sawbuck I built. Check that video out. It's pretty cool. It's Sawbuck You Can Move Around is the title of it. And of course it's on skids. You can drag it around. And I think it'll hold about a cord or a little more than a cord of wood at a time. So I think it's going to work out pretty good. We got about 28 cords of quakey. This is quakey or aspen wood that we're splitting here. We also have some pine in there. They call it spruce, but it's subalpine fir. There might be a little ponderosa in there, not much. And anyway, thanks for watching. Be safe.